Curly Girlies, brought to you by Avant-Youth. My name is Sierra.
I am Leslie. We're here with our favorite guest, Dummies.
Hi you guys, I am a natural hair vlogger. You can find me on YouTube at Davita Smart and also on Instagram at Hello Davita.
Yeah, so in last episode we talked to you about hair care over the years, where we gave you some important figures that made natural hair just very iconic. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about black hair for dummies. So this is going to be some common misconceptions on talking about black hair, and we're going to give you some also terms that you should know as a black person.
The first common misconception about black hair is going natural makes my hair grow. No. I feel like taking care of your hair makes your hair grow.
Right, it's not that easy, guys.
Yeah, you can have a perm, you can have a Jericho, you can have whatever you want, but as long as you take care of your hair, that's what promotes hair growth. You don't have to wash your natural hair. So I've heard over time that us black girls don't wash our hair. Let's get it together. We wash our hair. Me personally, I wash my hair once a month. I co-wash my hair probably once a week. Co-wash means wash it with conditioner. What else do I do to my hair? And I wet it all the time, so it's always being washed out, the gel, whatever have you. But I don't shampoo with clarifying shampoo, but once a month, because I don't. My hair doesn't need to be washed that frequently.
Right. The thing about shampoo is that it dries out your hair, so you can't shampoo your hair too often. As far as me, I wear wigs, so you see I have on a wig. So basically I wash my hair every time I'm either going to get a new wig or if I'm going to wear my hair out. And that's usually about, honestly, I'm not going to lie, it's about every 2-3 months. But however, y'all, my hair is still growing because I do still oil my hair every time I have these wigs on. I'll lift it up. I can lift this up in the back. I'm not going to show you right now, but I oil my hair all the time. So that's really the key, especially going back to making your hair grow. Oil your hair. Please. Do not just let it dry out.
And that's our third point. Oils moisturize your hair.
To caveat from what you guys say, I wash my hair once a week or once every 2 weeks. When I first went natural, I used to follow the curly girl method, and it was don't wash your, co-wash your hair all the time, don't shampoo. But I find that my styles last a lot longer whenever I do clarify my hair and I get all of the product out, because I try so many new different products, and every product works differently, and you don't want to have that residue sitting on top of your hair. So I do shampoo once a week or once every 2 weeks whenever I do my hair.
We mentioned Wetline as a staple product last week, and Wetline is good, but it has a hold. You have to wash that out. So when I put Wetline on my hair, I'm going to shampoo for the next hairstyle for sure.
And it has a lot of ingredients too that I can't read. I don't know about anybody else. So it's a lot of chemicals and things like that, and you don't want to have that sitting on top of your hair. But if you're using a product that's natural and that has natural ingredients in it, you probably can get away with co-washing.
Yeah, you can last. Your hairstyle lasts a lot longer too. Another misconception is natural hair doesn't grow. And I feel like people may say that because we experience shrinkage. So what you see when my hair is dry is not my hair's length.
Right. When I take my wigs off, take my cornrows off, and I comb out my hair is down here. I go in that shower and then it's shoo, and I'm like, oh, what happened? But it's just shrinkage. It happens to everybody. Don't be discouraged by it. Everyone has shrinkage. I promise you. If someone tells you they don't have shrinkage, they're lying.
They don't have curls. That means your hair doesn't curl.
Right.
Because shrinkage is literally your curls getting tight again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then for me, my hair definitely does shrink up. And when I was going through my TWA stages, I used to hate it.
Oh,
so it's honey, this hair is actually long, okay? I be walking my shit, it ain't short, okay? But we have to get out of this mentality that, okay, because my hair shrinks up, it's, something's wrong with it. No, shrinkage is good. It means that your hair is healthy.
Yes.
And also, you just stretch it out. You find different ways to stretch out your hair. I know I diffuse my hair all the time, and then I use the blow dryer to stretch
Can you explain what diffusing your hair means for the viewers and listeners?
So diffuser is a type of tool that you put on the end of your hair dryer, and it has little prongs that come out and the air flows out of it, and then you put it on the ends of your hair and it dries your hair. It diffuses your hair. It basically dries your hair. You want to use it on a cool setting, and it doesn't cause you to lose your hair pattern, and it like sets your hair, sets your curls.
I use the banding method when I have a natural hairstyle, like a wash and go, but I want it to be stretched. That means you just take like some hair ties and how can I explain it? Like you take the hair ties and you tie it around your hair, going down the length of your hair to make it longer. And you leave your ends without anything on them because you want that to be curly. But yeah, that's what I typically do.
So actually my hair is the opposite of yours. So basically when I try to slick it down, it always will shrivel back up, and I'm like, dang, like what's going on? Like I try to use Gorilla Glue, Eco Styler gel, like even the black, what is it called? You know the thing in the black container?
The black hair gel?
Yes. Try to use that, it doesn't work. And then I had to realize my hair just can't do that.
Yeah.
So like what we were talking about earlier before we started shooting with Davita is that she doesn't slip down her edges. And like I just realized, oh well, I just can't do that anymore because it just doesn't work.
Yeah, we tried to make our hair do something that it's not gonna do, and that's just crazy. But to caveat from what you were saying about the 3 different hair textures, that's me. Okay, I was just looking at my hair today, and the back it may be like a 3C, the middle may be like a 3B, and the top is definitely a 4. Okay, and the edges just won't lay right, and I'm just like, I'm gonna let you be great and do whatever you want to do because I'm not trying to conform.
You don't have to. Let's roll to some terms that you should know. So, number classification. I'm sure you guys heard us talking about it earlier. We said that Chris Brown likes women that have 2A hair. So the number sign 1 through 4 is about I believe the texture of the hair. And then A through C is about the density of the hair, I think. I believe that those 2 things, like that's the way the number classification works. About how many strands you have on your hair and how thick your hair is, versus the 1 through 4 system is about the curl your hair has. So 1 is obviously straight, 2 is wavy, 3 is curly, and then 4 is coily. So I have in between a 3C and 4A hair. My 4A hair is mostly in the crown of my head, and well, maybe even 4B right here. 4B, and then maybe like 4A around the crown, and then it's like 3C right here around my edges. But like I said, I have 3 different types of hair in my head, and that's also due to me doing different things to my hair. So like as you put heat in your hair, as you put different products in your hair, as you add color and things like that, it changes the texture of your hair. Right. I personally don't even know what my actual texture is. I have no idea.
See, I've been natural for about 2 years now, so I can definitely say my hair is 3C. It's very, very curly, a lot of shrinkage and all of that. And, you know, like at first I didn't even know like that 1 through 4, 8 through 2. I didn't know that was a thing, okay? Like I would just see it on social media and be like, oh, shoot, I have this type of hair. But it wasn't, to me it was just, I have curly hair.
And for me, I would say, I feel like I have between 3B and 4A. So it's just a whole bunch of, things going on this head. And in the very back, I probably have 3C. In the middle, I have 3B. And on top, I have 4A. But I think it's just really, when you classify your hair, it's just so that you can figure out what products work for you.
Right.
And if you know, like, your hair type, you're able to figure out, like, what if a cream will work, if a gel will work, or maybe you need a hair milk. So it's just really just so that you can find the right products that will work for your hair, not so much as like trying to compare yourself to other people.
Right, exactly. So next on our list we have Bantu, Knot Out, a Braid Out, and Twist Out. And so basically a Bantu knot will have a picture inserted here, and basically it's just little knots kind of on your head, and you can wear them like that. When you take them down, your hair will just be very curly texture.
Like
and
the
then,
wand out.
Yeah, basically. And then a braid out, your hair will be wavy. You can like, what I do when I do a braid out, I'll wet it. I remember, funny story, I had a braid out in middle school and I took it out and it was like poofy. And this guy told me, he was like, it looked like you got electrocuted. And I was like, I was offended because I was like, I just took all this time braiding out my hair. I thought it looked cute. Like, and you just told me I look like I got electrocuted?
That's not cute.
Like, wow.
Why would you say that?
Yeah. So then a twist out, if you do 2 strands of your hair and then you twist them and then you just let that sit for a while. You can put some moisturizer on it, take it out, and then it'll be the same thing as like coily curls.
For sure. The big chop. The big chop is when you have either heat damage or permed hair towards the ends of your hair, and then you have your natural hair growing in from your roots. So you cut off that hair that is not the same. So you cut off the permed hair or the straightened hair, straightened hair, and that's what the big chop is. The co-wash, we mentioned that earlier. That's to just wash with conditioner.
Yes, and then we have transitioning. So basically that's what I was doing 2 years ago when I actually did do the big chop, which I was so scared to do because I just had like my straight ends. I was like, oh my gosh, my hair, no. But if you guys could see my natural hair now, it grew so much from doing that big chop and just transitioning from being having all those perms and then moving into natural hair. I've loved it. It's been great. I will probably never go back to perms. No reason to. And I can truly say that even though I don't wear my natural hair, because I just want it to be a little bit longer, I do appreciate my natural hair more. So basically after doing the big chop and transitioning my hair to natural, I just really appreciate my hair more, and I truly believe that I will never go back to perms because there's no reason to, really.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Like, I see some YouTubers who are like going back to perms, and I'm just like, girl, I cannot go back to the creamy crack. I just don't want to add those type of chemicals to my hair, and that stuff seep into my pores. And I just love my natural hair. Like, it's really a therapy for me to do my hair.
Same. You know what really like threw me off for the creamy crack thing was my mom got pregnant with triplets or whatever, and it was very vital. The doctor was telling her to stop doing perms, and I'm like, you're perming your hair. What does that to do with your body?
Wow.
But I'm like, if the doctor is telling you to stop these perms, they can't be good.
Yeah.
That it all goes together. But okay, so let's talk about pre-pooing. Now, I was never a pre-poo girl until recently. I've been trying to do things with my hair, but pre-poo essentially is to add those oils and moisturizers back to your hair before you shampoo with a clarifying shampoo. Because the clarifying shampoo, like we talked about earlier, it strips your hair of all oils. So you want to make sure that you have oils on your hair before you get to that point.
I actually love pre-pooing because whenever you do shampoo your hair, it does strip your hair of its natural oils, but it also causes your hair to tangle.
Yes. So
when you pre-poo before, you're not getting as many tangles as you would. And so once you after you shampoo, you deep condition, your hair is not super duper tangled. So that is the main thing. And you can also pre-poo with oils, but you also can pre-poo with a conditioner.
True. I pre-poo with a lot of different things. So yeah. The wash and go. So the wash and go. I thought this should have been one of the common misconceptions because a wash and go is not a wash and go. I have to wash, I need to condition, I need to put leave-in conditioner, and then I'm following up with gel, and then I'm going to diffuse, then I'm going to stretch, and now I can go. It is not like I'm just washing my hair and walking out the shower and I'm going.
It's a process.
It's the whole process.
Yep.
Yes.
And I have a wash and go right now, and it took me literally 4 to 5 hours to get this out. With shampooing, conditioning, leave-in, cream, gel. It is a whole entire process.
Right. Our wash and go is different from other, I'll say, Caucasian people's wash and go, because they can literally go in the shower, shampoo, come out, and then walk out the house with their hair still wet. We can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that.
Keep pushing it.
That's not something we can do.
Now the afro. The afro, if you look back in the 70s, is the hair where we just have our hair out. the happy-go-lucky natural style. My hair doesn't really fro though. Like this right here doesn't lift. It kind of just falls. So everyone's hair, I guess, doesn't do the afro look. It's kind of depending on what your hair texture is.
Yes.
And also about your length. If your hair is longer, it typically starts to fall and become like droopy. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll take a shower, shampoo and everything, the shrinkage, and then I will dry it, but I won't do the straightening and dry it. I'll just run the dryer through and then I'll pick it out. And then even though my hair is about right here to my shoulder, and it'll still kind of fro out. And sometimes, I wore my fro out one time because I was going to get my hair done actually, and I wore my fro out, and I posted on Snapchat, and I was like, my hair looks crazy, but I'm kind of liking it. And people were like, I like your fro. You should wear a fro more. And I'm like, oh really?
It is cute now. Especially if you have a round face, it really gives me vibes.
So is a fro considered one from back in the 70s they had the fro and it had that round top? Or is a fro considered, I have my hair blown out and this is my fro, even if it falls? Because I feel like a fro, when we think about a fro, we're thinking about the 70s where they had their hair, they actually shaped their hair into that ball.
Yes.
That's not naturally how our hair is. Our fro is usually you blow it out and it falls and you have this, long, voluminous, straight hair, semi-straight hair with a
blowout.
Yeah, a blowout.
I think that it could be either. Both work as the fro.
Yeah. I feel like people think the first where they, shape it like that. People think of that, but either way, whether you have it blown out or shaped like that, is still a fro.
Absolutely. For sure. Let's wrap it up. Our new natural hair product today is the Demon Brush. It's not new, but it's a staple product. I use it every time I do my hair. If I do my hair without a Demon Brush, it doesn't work out. So I'm even trying to do it without a Demon Brush anymore. Do you guys use it?
I do. It helps get all of my tangles out more. It really does. It's because sometimes I'll use a big comb or a Demon Brush. And then if I do use a big comb first, I'll use that Demon Brush to make sure that I got every single tangle and knot out.
I used to use a Demon Brush, but now if my hair is really, really tangled, I'll use a wide tooth comb. But otherwise, I just use my hands for finger detangling, and that's it.
I would like to get to that point in my life, but I don't have that much time on my hands.
And it's about being consistent, having a routine. When you have a routine, it's easy to maintain your hair, and it's easy to finger detangle because your hair is trained.
This is what you do, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not even time for me. That stuff hurts. I'm tender-headed, so when I try to do that, I'm like, I can't do. I can't hurt myself.
Hence why you have a protective style.
Yes. And now it's time for our OK Girl shout out, and we have the natural black girly.
She shows you guys how to do a twist out, bantu knots, a braid out, wash and go, and one more style. But check her Instagram and see.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for coming back again, and we hope you really like this episode, and we will see you next week. Bye.